Hi guys, my name is David and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would do a little fun Halloween type of video. This is going to be my Girls of Fright video, and pretty much what that means is this is going to be a list of my recommendations of all the female booktubers that specialize in horror, or the female horror booktubers that I feel you should be watching during this spooky time of the year. So these are my Girls of Fright. Why have I chosen girls? Why not? There's a big portion of booktube that is female based, which is all well and good, but I've chosen girls, so yeah. And I just want to say that this is just going to be my own recommendations list. I went through all the people that I am subscribed to, and I've listed all the people that I watch on a fairly frequent basis. If I occasionally watch their videos, they haven't made the list. Doesn't mean that they are good or bad, it's just that I can't form a more solid opinion on them. But these are the ones that I watch on a fairly frequent basis, and I feel that you should be watching during this Halloween period. And lastly, I know that there are many more female horror booktubers out there, but I haven't watched every single one of them clearly. So if you have any more recommendations for any female horror booktubers or any more Girls of Fright, please comment down below and I will check them out. So I have got one honourable mention, and that is Bad is Rad's Library. And I've only watched 3 of her videos. One that is the Doma inspired TBR. She did a response to my Fear the Booktuber tag. And she recently did a video which was inspired by my intro, my Halloween intro, where she went to a cemetery where the Texas Chainsaw Massacre was filmed, and also she put a little book haul in there as well. So highly recommend her. She is extremely quirky, unusual, fun, creepy, all rolled into one nice little package. She has loads of subscribers, but her view count is really low, so I would highly recommend that you go and check her out. And her editing is really cool. She wears all these costumes and makeup in her videos, so highly recommend her. And also all these booktubers I will have linked down below, so there will be links where you just click on it and it takes you right to their page. So the first Girl of Fright that I want to recommend is Elizabeth Sagewood. Now if you are watching the horrortube community, or if you have been watching horrortube videos, then Elizabeth's name shouldn't be new to you. She talks about horror on her channel throughout the year, and I feel that she is one of the, well for me anyway, one of the main pillars of the horrortube community. She talks about a wide variety of horror, from adult to YA to children's books. She does all types of videos, and I haven't watched every single one of her videos, but I have watched a good amount, and I love her videos, and yeah, she's just a really interesting person to watch. The next channel on it is the only channel that isn't from booktube. She doesn't review books, but she is interested in reading horror books and books that have horror movies based on them. And that is Jennifer Vega, or Vega. Hopefully I've said her surname right. Her channel focuses on films and TV shows or TV series. Throughout this spooky season, she has been reviewing one scary movie every single day, and she is extremely passionate about horror movies. She's a fan of the new horror and the old horror films. A lot of the stuff that she talks about I've seen already, but if she talks about a film or a TV show that I haven't watched yet, then I'm most likely going to watch it because she's recommended it, because I feel that we have the same tastes in horror movies and TV shows. So I would highly recommend that you watch Jen's channel. She is so good, especially if you are trying to find any good horror movies or any recommendations for movies or TV shows during the spooky season. Next is Michelle's Melancholia. Now Michelle is fairly new to the horrortube community. She it's just so good. I mean, I could say this about all these channels. She has a passion for horror, like in all these other channels. She mostly focuses on the newer stuff, the more mainstream horror stuff. And I just love her channel so much, her enthusiasm, her eyes light up, her body language changes when she's talking about horror, and you can tell from her posture and from her facial expressions that she has an interest and a passion towards the horror and towards the more weirder stuff. And also recently she has uploaded a kind of vlog of what she's reading during the Halloween period, and she's showing a vlog where she was making some donuts which looked super yummy, and she filmed a video where she was walking around a cemetery, and a readathon that she is doing during the spooky season. So yeah, highly recommend her channel. She is so interesting to watch. Next is Numeria. Now Numeria is probably, if I was to be honest, the most interesting individual on this list, as she is a poet. She writes all this dark and depressing and unusual poetry, which I love. I love all that stuff. I love horror poetry. She isn't as chipper and as upbeat as all the other booktubers, whether they're horror based or not. Her channel and her videos and her thumbnails may not look as polished as all the others or as most people's, but she is extremely entertaining, especially if you just want to like watch a video and just have it playing in the background, or just watch a video and just relax while you have a coffee or whatever. I just find her extremely entertaining and interesting to watch, and her poetry is so good. Next, I had to add Pax Panic. Pax, I am so pleased to have met. I watched her Friday the 13th book tag, and I have watched, or I'm going to watch, all the videos that she's made. I have still got a bunch of them I still need to watch, which I will get on that. But it's interesting to see about how she's evolved and improved her channel, about how she's like basically doesn't give a crap about what anyone else thinks about her, her channel, her videos, or even the books that she reads or talks about, as they're the books that she wants to read, and if you don't like it, you don't have to watch her videos. She reads all this unusual, weird horror stuff that flies underneath the radar. I don't think that you will ever see any mainstream horror stuff on her channel. Well, you may occasionally, but not all the time. And sometimes she does all these unusual, like, I wouldn't say skits, but all these weird and unusual experimental horror clip movie things, which I want to see more of than this season Pax, at least one. So yeah, I cannot recommend Pax enough. She is so awesome. Next is Regina's Haunted Library, which I think about her as the Anne Rice of BookTube. And the reason why I say that is because that's just the impression that she gives to me, the way that she talks and presents herself. But Regina is a published author. She has written or wrote or whatever numerous books and taken part in numerous horrortube anthologies. I'm super excited about getting the Lurking in the Dark horrortube anthology, which 4 more days until it comes out. Pre-ordered it on my Kindle. I'll be reading it on day 1. Can't wait. And I'll be reviewing all them stories separately. Sorry guys, there was a helicopter going over. Hopefully it didn't disturb this video too much. But yeah, Regina, I can't recommend her channel even more. She does do longer videos, but you know, I don't really care. If you like watching longer videos, then that will probably be a massive plus for you, if I can talk. But yeah, I can't recommend Regina enough. She is so nice. And the last person I'm going to be recommending is Thrills and Kills. Recently did a separate channel shout out video for Thrills and Kills, or Sarah from Thrills and Kills, which I will have linked up here somewhere, and a link will be down below in case you want to watch that separate video. But Sarah is, again, like Michelle, very new to BookTube, or the or the horrortube community. But like Michelle, she has stamped her authority, well, for me anyway, on the horrortube community. I watch all of her videos whenever they come out, and I comment on all of her videos, and she's really nice. Even though she does read all this mainstream stuff, and yes, some of our opinions are slightly different on the books that she will probably read or has read. Like, she has liked Hex, and I didn't really think that that book was that great. I thought it was just okay. But I find her channel to be so entertaining, and especially if you want to watch someone that's new, like a brand new booktuber right out of the box, then you will enjoy her channel. The only thing that I will say about her channel is that she does curse and swear a bit, or only a little bit, and she does talk her mind. So guys, that has been my video for the Girls of Fright. Let me know if you want me to do a video on the guys on booktube that do horrortube. If I have a good response to this video, and if people want me to do a video on the guys that do horrortube, then comment down below, and if I get a good response, then I might do it. But yeah guys, that has been my video. All these channels, as I said, will be linked down below, and I highly recommend that you watch these channels during this spooky time of the year. So guys, that's it. That's all I had to say. I better stop here, because I'll probably be speaking way too long than I really should do, and you've got stuff that you probably need to do anyway. So yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.